I wish someone told me this about Roth IRAs when I first started working. Because I see so many people open one, throw some money in and think, cool, I'm set for retirement. But there are 3 big things almost nobody explains, plus a few bonus rules that can literally mean the difference between a tiny retirement and a 7-figure one. Stay with me, because if you understand these, you'll use a Roth IRA the way it was actually designed, and future you is going to be very grateful. First, super quick, what's a Roth IRA? A Roth IRA is a special retirement account where you put in money you've already paid income tax on. The magic is that if you follow the rules, the growth can come out completely tax-free in retirement. For 2026, the contribution limit is $7,500 if you're under 50. If you're 50 or older, you can do $8,600 thanks to what's called a catch-up contribution. That limit is across all your Roth IRAs combined for the year, and you need to have at least that much in earned income to contribute that full amount. Also, Roths have income limits. If you make too much money, you might not be allowed to contribute directly, and you may need other strategies like a backdoor Roth, which is a whole separate video. Alright, now let's get into the 3 big things I wish someone told me. The first thing, opening a Roth IRA and putting money in it is not the same as investing. It's just opening an account. Think of a Roth IRA like a box with special tax rules. It's just opening an account. You move your after-tax money into that box, and the IRS says any growth inside this box can be tax-free later if you follow the rules. But if you only move money into the box and never buy anything inside it, that money just sits there in cash. It's not working for you. That's what happens to a lot of people. They open a Roth IRA at a brokerage, set up automatic contributions, and then never pick investments. Years later, they log in and realize they've basically had a glorified savings account. Inside your Roth IRA, you still have to choose what to invest in, like low-cost index funds that track the total stock market, or the S&P 500, a target date retirement fund, or a simple mix of stock and bond funds. For most people, a low-cost index fund is the boring, powerful workhorse. It spreads your money across thousands of companies. After this video, log into your Roth IRA and check if your contributions are sitting in a settlement fund or cash. If they are, that's your sign you still need to go in and actually buy investments, like a broad market index fund inside the Roth. The second thing I wish someone told me, the cost of waiting just 10 years to start. Let's walk through a simple example so you can feel this. We'll assume you invest $6,000 per year, you earn about 8% per year on average over the long term, you invest consistently until age 60. Scenario 1. You start at age 20. That gives you 40 years of investing. At those numbers, by 60, you're in the ballpark of around $1.5 million. Not because you're rich, but because you started early and let compounding do the heavy lifting. Scenario 2. You wait and start at age 30. Same numbers, but for 30 years instead of 40. Now you end up closer to around $700,000. So that 10-year delay can cost you something like $800,000 by retirement age. You contributed the same amount, but gave growth 10 fewer years. That's the time value of money. The earlier dollars you put in are your hardest working employees. They get more years to grow and snowball. Now, here's a bonus tip related to timing. If you're watching this early in the year, you can usually still contribute for the prior tax year up until the tax filing deadline. So if you missed last year, you might be able to double up and put money in for last year and this year, as long as you're under the limits and have enough earned income. That's a nice way to catch up a bit. If you're young, use this as your wake-up call to start now, not someday. If you're starting later, don't beat yourself up. Start today. And if you can, take advantage of those catch-up contributions once you hit 50. The third thing I wish someone told me is a little controversial. I'm not saying you should do this, but it's important to understand the rule. With a Roth IRA, you're putting in money you've already paid income tax on. Because of that, the IRS lets you withdraw your contributions, your principal, at any time, tax and penalty-free. Keyword, contributions. So if over a few years you put $20,000 into your Roth and it grew to $30,000, you could generally take out up to $20,000, what you originally contributed, without taxes or penalties. The extra $10,000 is earnings, and that part has more rules. Is using your Roth contributions like a savings account ideal? Usually not. For most people, the Roth should be treated like a sacred retirement bucket because that tax-free growth is incredibly valuable. But real life happens, job loss, emergencies, or big expenses. This is where a lot of people get confused with another rule, qualified distributions. To pull out earnings from a Roth IRA tax and penalty-free, you generally need two things. You're at least age 59 and a half, and your Roth IRA has been open for at least 5 years. If you don't meet those, pulling out earnings can trigger taxes and possibly penalties. That's why I personally still mentally lock my Roth as retirement only and treat the ability to tap contributions as an emergency backup, not a plan. If you ever do need to tap contributions, you need to know exactly how much you've put in over the years. That total is called your basis, and this is where a boring sounding form becomes really useful. Form 5498. Here's what it is, in plain English. Every year, the company holding your IRA, your brokerage or bank, files Form 5498 with the IRS. It reports how much you contributed to your IRAs, including Roth IRAs, for that tax year. They also send you a copy or make it available in your account, usually around May, because they have to wait for the final deadline for prior year contributions. You don't file Form 5498 with your tax return, it's for reporting. But for you, it's a great record of how much you contributed each year. Practical tip: make a simple spreadsheet where you list each year and how much you contributed to your Roth. Download or save your Form 5498 in a folder. That way, if you ever need to withdraw contributions, you're not guessing. You know where the line is between principal and earnings. Bonus: when Roth IRAs really shine. If you think your tax rate in retirement will be the same or higher than it is now, Roth can be a huge win because you're paying tax on the seed instead of the harvest. Roth money is incredibly clean in retirement. No required minimum distributions for the original owner with current rules, and withdrawals, when qualified, aren't adding to your taxable income. Each of those could be its own deep dive video, so I won't unpack all the edge cases here, but keep them in the back of your mind as reasons people love Roths. So, as a summary, here's what I wish someone told me about Roth IRAs. A Roth IRA is just the container, not the investment. You still need to log in and actually buy investments, like low-cost index funds, inside of it. Starting 10 years earlier can literally be the difference between $700,000 and $1.5 million. Time in the market is everything. You can withdraw your contributions tax and penalty free, but earnings have stricter rules and you want good records of your basis using things like Form 5498 and your own tracking. For 2026, you can put in up to $7,500 if you're under 50 and $8,600 if you're 50 or older, as long as you have enough earned income and your income isn't over the Roth limits. And you can often still contribute for last year up to the tax filing deadline, which is a nice way to catch up if you got a late start. If you don't have a Roth IRA yet, your next move is simple. Open one with a reputable brokerage, set up automatic contributions, even if it's a small amount, and pick a simple low-cost index fund so your money isn't just sitting there. If you already have one, comment your age and when you started. I might do a follow-up video showing how big those Roth balances could grow by 60 based on different starting ages. If you found this video valuable, like and share to someone who you also think will find this valuable, and follow for more content like this. Nobody taught me this, so I'm teaching you. Follow for more.